What if one of the world's greatest civilizations didn't fall in war, but simply disappeared from history? More than 4,000 years ago, while much of the ancient world was still developing, the people of the Indus Valley. Then, something changed. One of the greatest civilizations in human history began to fade. There were no signs of a great battle, no burned cities, no massive destruction. Instead, these extraordinary. For thousands of years, the Indus Valley Civilization vanished from human memory. Its cities were swallowed by time. But history had not forgotten. In the early 20th century, archaeologists made a discovery that stunned the world. What archaeologists uncovered was extraordinary. The Indus Valley Civilization wasn't a small settlement. But despite its incredible achievements, this mighty civilization would slowly disappear. One of the strongest clues may have been hiding in the landscape itself. Then the climate itself may have begun to change. Weaker monsoons and prolonged dry conditions could have reduced the water and food supplies. As the environment became harder to survive in, the great cities began to lose their population. People made options, but the environment was changing in another crucial way. Ancient river systems shifted over time, and
snugly thronged at the sun. The people of the Indus Valley may not have simply disappeared. Instead, many communities
across the Indus Valley, the great urban centers slowly lost their importance. The cities did not simply vanish out.
The Indus cities were connected by extensive trade networks. But as populations shifted and rivers changed,
as trade weakened and communities began moving, the great cities slowly lost the purpose that had once made them powerful. They left behind something remarkable. Thousands of ordinary objects that reveal how they lived. Then there is another mystery. The people of the Indus Valley left behind thousands of inscriptions, yet their writing system has never been conclusively deciphered. Today, archaeologists search these layers of earth for answers. Every brick, artifact, and fragment can reveal sibilance. Piece by piece, researchers began to see a larger picture. The collapse may not have had one cause. Climate. One of the strongest explanations points toward climate. Evidence suggests that monsoon patterns weakened over.
Without reliable monsoon rains, agriculture became increasingly difficult.
But rainfall wasn't the only problem. Rivers could change their courses over time, forcing communities to adapt.
As rivers shifted and farming became harder, communities adapted.
Over generations, the great urban centers lost their population and importance. The cities that had
perhaps the greatest clue is what we don't find. There is no clear evidence of one catastrophic event that destroyed.
That is what makes the Indus Valley mystery so difficult. Every clue tells part of the story, but no single clue explains researches. For decades, one explanation claimed that an invading army destroyed the Indus Valley civilization. But modern archaeological stories. The archaeological record tells a more complicated story. Instead of one dramatic destruction, researchers see some
stations. Perhaps the Indus Valley civilization did not truly disappear. Instead, its people adapted.
The cities may have declined, but their people and traditions did not simply vanish. Skills, technologies. Today, these surviving artifacts are helping archaeologists reconstruct a civilization whose greatest secrets subsistence. These people had mastered something remarkably difficult for the ancient world: water management. Their cities contained wells. At the heart of Mohenjo-Daro stood the Great Bath, one of the most remarkable structures of the ancient world.
Even more astonishing was the city itself. Streets were carefully planned, bricks were.
Even their bricks reveal extraordinary organization. Across many settlements, builders used remarkably standardized faders.
Behind these extraordinary cities were thousands of skilled people. Farmers, craftsmen, builders, trade
professions. The Indus Valley was not isolated. Its merchants traded across enormous distances, connecting their cities with discipline stations. These tiny seals may have played an important role in trade and administration. Thousands have been discovered, but they're bullet. Perhaps the greatest barrier to understanding this civilization is its own language. Thousands of inscriptions survive.
To understand what happened, scientists are looking beyond the ruins. Ancient sediments, soils, and environments.
These changes did not happen overnight. The evidence suggests a long period of environmental transformation.
But people are remarkably adaptable. As the great cities declined, communities adjusted their way of life.
The people continued, but the great cities did not. Mohenjo-Daro and other urban centers.
For centuries, the ruins remained silent. Layer after layer of earth the streets. Then, thousands of years later, the forgotten city began to emerge from the earth. Archaeologists trickeries. The discovery changed our understanding of the ancient world. Beneath the soil was not a forgotten village, but a vast. More than a century after its rediscovery, the biggest question remains unanswered. We know how it.
Perhaps the answer was never hidden inside the cities. Perhaps it was written across the landscape itself, in rivers that changed it.
Perhaps the Indus Valley did not simply disappear. Its cities changed, its people moved, and its traditions did. But one question still remains. Why did this remarkable civilization finally leave its greatest cities behind? Maybe we will never know the complete truth. But that is what makes history so powerful. Every buried city leaves a clue.